EFF Constitution. I won't read them verbatim. That's on page 19 to 20 of the document. Maybe I can just read. One of the duties of the members is to observe and respect the policies, resolutions, decisions of National People's Assembly, Central Command Team, and all constitutional structures and the rules and regulations of the EFF. Right. It should be noted that some of the charges, for example, relating to bringing the organization into disrepute, have their origins in all the historical EFF documents referred to above. However, the NDC has taken the strict view that since the charge sheets are specifically signposted at 16 December 2014, that is the date of the adoption of the current constitution, any transgressions which took place before that date ought properly to be disregarded and the finding of not guilty be returned in respect thereof. In strict law, such a finding would be contestable on the basis that the charge members did not plead. In other words, they could still be, the charge could be still pursued. However, it must be borne in mind that this is not a court of law, but an internal disciplinary hearing in which fairness is an overriding factor. In line with this reasoning, charge 1 against Mutama must fall away and he must be acquitted in respect thereof. That charge relates to the alleged failure, to his alleged failure to attend to a commission at the NPA on 15 December 2014. Since that date falls outside the period 16 December 2014 to date, and whatever the merits of the evidence in relation thereto, the charge member is hereby found not guilty and discharged of that charge. Then the next section deals with the remaining charges. The first group of charges relate to those which are common to the 3 or all 4 of the charged members. These will now be dealt with separately. First one is media and press conference of 12 February 2015. This is the first charge which affects more than one charge member, and it pertains to an unauthorized press conference convened and or attended by Mutama Chabalala Litchfield Twala in Cape Town on 12 February. The Makata is not affected by this particular charge. According to the evidence, the said media conference involved well-publicized events in which some members of the EFF successfully stopped the said media conference. Their own conduct is not a subject of this inquiry. It may or may not feature in separate proceedings at provincial level, unless it is brought to the attention of the NDC in the form of a complaint or referral. What has been established is that the said media conference was not authorized by the EFF and that this was known and or communicated to the 3 charge members, at least by the chairperson of the EFF in the Western Cape. It was reported that certain members of the EFF had expressed that the 3 would have been free to speak to the media, but not under the auspices of the EFF or while wearing EFF gear. It was further reported that an EFF t-shirt was confiscated from Montana. The 3 charge members can be clearly identified from the video footage identified into evidence. Further footage was provided in which Mutama Litchfield Chabalala confirmed the media conference and continued to speak to ENCA television network later on the said day about the issues which they would have raised in the media conference. Specifically and in short, they accused the EFF leadership of having concluded a conspiratorial deal with the ruling party to expel 7 unnamed members of parliament in exchange for not raising the issue of President Zuma having to pay back the money used in the country. If this were indeed so, it would be a serious transgression and betrayal of EFF supporters on the part of the EFF leadership. Other serious allegations were made against leadership in the footage, but it is sufficient to deal with the alleged conspiracy with the ANC, as that would have been serious enough had it been established. The prosecution relied on the evidence of Gadi in respect of this charge, together with the video evidence. He testified that no member is allowed simply to address the national and international media without authorization. The 3 members did not seek or obtain such authorization. Accusations which they made to the public were false, in that no such deal was ever mooted or concluded between the EFF leadership and the ANC. It was illogical to suggest that the EFF needed to make a deal with the ANC in order, quote, to expel, unquote, 7 members from parliament. The identity of the 7 MPs was to this day unknown. In fact, ANC parliamentary leaders who were interviewed by ENCA on the same day rubbished the claims and attributed them to ignorance of how Parliament works. Rule B 1.9, 1.10 and 1.11 of the Code of Revolutionary Justice reads as follows. No EFF member shall commit or participate in conduct, including utterances which amount to 1. Deliberate gross misrepresentation and distortion of facts. 2. Discussing organizational differences in public domain without specific authorization of the CCT. And 3. Defining himself or herself outside the organizational structures and discipline. No evidence was led to justify the conduct of the relevant charge members. In the circumstances, the transgressions contained in this charge have been proved by the prosecution on a balance of probabilities. Mutama, Litchfield, Chabalala, and Twala are accordingly found guilty on this charge. Next one is failure to attend SONA, State of the National Church. This charge does not apply to Ramakata as he attended that sitting. The other three are all affected. The SONA is a big day in the calendar of Parliament. In 2015, this was particularly the case in that the country anticipated a showdown between the EFF and President Zuma in respect of the Public Protector's report into alleged spending of taxpayers' money to build his private home in Kanga. Gandhi testified that the three affected members and MPs failed to attend Parliament on 12 February 2015. No contrary evidence was given. The prosecution therefore discharges duty to prove that they failed to attend. Gandhi, who would have known, also confirmed that no leave of absence was requested or granted by the EFF to them, and no explanation has ever been forwarded. Rule B116 of the Code of Revolutionary Discipline reads as follows. Quote, no EFF member shall commit or participate in conduct, including utterances which amounts to failure or refusal to carry out officially mandated duties and or deployments, unquote. The evidence was also led to the effect that they continued to absent themselves from Parliament until their suspensions without authorization. This goes to their intention to do so. According to the evidence, the three members did fail or refuse to carry out their official parliamentary duties on the occasion. They are therefore found guilty in respect of this charge.